I'd like to call to order the Community Television of Santa Cruz County Board of Directors meeting for April 24th, 2014. I'd like to do a roll call. I'm here. Nathan Benjamin, not here. James Fisher, not here. Tess Fitzgerald, not here. Joe Hall, not here. Karen Matano
is here. I'm here.
Matilda Rand is absent.
Someone's here.
Dory Steinman.
Here.
Lou Tuasso.
Here.
Adam Wade.
Here.
Tom Manheim.
Here.
Thank you.
The bottom of the list made it.
Yes. Are there any late additions to the agenda? Because there are, I do want to change the consent agenda. Are there any late additions to the agenda? Okay, everything that's on the consent agenda we need to move to the regular agenda. The Finance Committee did not have a quorum, so we could leave approved minutes on the consent agenda. Okay, but the Finance Committee, 2 items need to be brought to the full board, and the Governance Committee has asked that the rules and procedures be brought to the full board. So I'm going to move 5, 6, and 7 to the regular agenda. I'll keep their numbers, and I'll just keep 4 the consent agenda. If that's acceptable with the rest of the board, then I'll ask for approval, a motion to approve the consent agenda,
So
which
moved.
is just the minutes. So Tom moves.
And I'll second that.
Okay. So any discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none. It's unanimous. Okay, so then the item 5 now is on the regular agenda, is approve recommendation of the Finance Committee. Well, the item now is accept the March 31st financials as proposed by the Executive Director.
So can I just make a really clarifying comment for folks? So we, when we had our bookkeeper take a look at it, the CPA who normally comes hadn't come because of tax season. So we actually had the bookkeeper reconciled today. So we are up to date as of March 31st. So the finance supplement that I gave you this evening has been corrected. So I just wanted you to know that because there were a number of things that changed in the last month in March that were very critical for you to be able to look at. For example, the $48,000 that we took out as a loan from the community credit union, that hadn't been entered because we didn't receive it until March. And so it had to be reconciled for March, and now it's in there. Additionally, the funding that we get from the county hadn't arrived until April 4th. So that'll be a month slightly delayed as well. But I think it's all good news. And having it reconciled, I just want to make sure you have the correct numbers tonight.
Does the board need some time to look at the addendum? No?
Where's the loan? Let's see where it's.
The loan
I see it under business. Oh, that just needs to be. That's just a typo.
Business equipment loan.
Yeah.
There is
Busy-
a typo, thank you.
Busy knees.
Business.
Yeah, we'll get that fixed.
Yep.
That would be my only comment, to fix that little.
Sure, and just so you know that it's not an actual loan. I mean, it is, but it's secured against our 12-month certificate that's at the credit union, so it was less liability for them to give us that loan. And we've already put it in the county's budget for capital budget for 2015. So we will receive those funds back from the county and pay ourselves back as of after July 1st.
Okay,
So that will be taken off as a liability.
great.
Okay. If there's no further discussion, do we have a motion for number 5?
I'd like to make a motion that we approve the financials per the executive director with the one little typo corrected.
Second.
Okay. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. The next item is the CTV financial policies, which was also part of your packet. And this is, as it came out in our committee discussion, although it wasn't a meeting, we didn't have a quorum, This is an addendum to the current policies that we have. They need to still be merged in with the current policies to make sure that there's nothing that is redundant. But the main purpose was that our auditor asked us to come up with a checklist that the treasurer and the ED initialed at the end of each month. That's part of the packet. And the other things were just general financial policies that are normal for nonprofits. It did come up that there was a concern from a board member that it specifically says all mail will be opened by the ED or the board chair. And the ED and the board chair feel that that is a reasonable and normal policy. I'm happy to entertain any discussion if someone disagrees, but it seems like that's a normal kind of policy. All business mail that comes in, handled that way. Okay.
Yeah, if it becomes onerous, we can always make amendments to it later, you know.
I think the main concern is that employees should not expect to receive personal mail at the organization's business address. So that's really what it was addressing. That any
okay.
mail that comes in for any employee, past, present, future, that the executive director or the board chair have to be able to open any mail that looks like it's for CTV. And any mail that is received here is assumed to be business mail. We don't want employees getting mail here.
Got it. Okay. Well, if that
For
solves that
instance, there's a
problem,
piece of
then-
mail that comes here every year with my name on it. And it's the parking, actually every quarter, and it's the parking fees from the city of Santa Cruz. How I got my name on it,
Oh.
I don't know.
Right.
But I certainly want Kathy to open that and make sure that it's paid.
Right.
I don't want it to
And we
be
don't
all
want to
for
wait
me.
for a month if
No.
he's out of town or what have
Right.
you to have to
Right.
check on that mail. And
Sure.
also there's things that are in past
There may be mail that
employees'
comes to
names.
you here as previous chair.
It's very possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I'm sure there's mail that comes to Mary Ann Dyken.
There is quite a bit.
Previous, and Lynn, and so I think that it's a pretty
Well,
standard
no, that
procedure.
seems like it's a really sensible solution to that.
Since
I don't have a problem with that.
Since we're discussing it, does that formalize the I guess, policy that we have that's somewhere that the board members should have read to know that? Or should we somehow kind of, memorialize it in some fashion? Because it seems like if that's happening, it shouldn't be happening. Except for, in these instances where somebody, sends you something because it's tied into what you do as
Right.
our, board president. But should we do that, or is it pretty standard procedure just to kind of have talked about it and now leave it alone? And or should we get a letter out to that individual, say, hey, if you are getting mail sent to CTV, personal mail, that needs to cease and desist?
Well, the board hires executive director, and executive director deals with employees, and I'm sure Kathy has dealt with this.
There has been a conversation with that employee and the manager.
So it's already been taken care of.
Okay.
Just a reminder, we don't talk to employees directly about these things. Okay. Is there any other discussion on the financial policies? Or, I think what Tom was recommending, yes.
So I'll make a motion to approve the CTV financial policies that you have in your packet as an addendum to the existing financial policy.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I second.
Go with it.
Okay. Any further discussion? None? Okay, I'd like to take the vote. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? None? Okay. So, any other announcements?
He didn't.
Okay, I will accept a motion for adjournment.
So moved?
Second?
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Nobody. We're good. Thank you, everyone.